Alright, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful day today. This is WWJ, Whipping with Joe. Anyway, we thank you very much for watching my videos and the comments. We started this in 2012. We're about 4 years down the road here on YouTube, and we've reached the 2,000 mark of subscribers. We've got close to 700,000 views. So we're looking, the next step will be 3K and then 1 million views. Anyway, we want to thank you very much for the people who have donated to my site. And I've still got 4 of you that have donated to my site, but I don't know your address to send the lures to. Because YouTube and Google does not give me your address. So I would need your address, and I also need your code number when you made the transaction. And then I will send you your lure that you most rightly deserve for donating to my site. Again, thank you. Anyway, starting this year in 2016, because we've had so many strikes and lost fish. To date, I have 38 strikes, GT strikes. I've landed 18 GTs, but I have lost 20. But in 2011, I had lost 10. Then just 2 days in the beginning of January, I lost 2 more. I lost 12 lures in about a year. I lost only 8 in 4 years. I've only lost 8. 2015, I lost 1 fish, and this year I've lost 1 fish. A lot of people asking me, like, what lures do I use? And if you look at the videos, it shows you the lures. And I started off with the Kaku lure. And the reason why I started off with the Kaku lure is because I was looking for one that looks like an akuli. And the only store who had that at that time was Lihui Fish Supply. And so that's where I got them from. But that lure has produced more GTs than any other lure next to the Papa Joe. Papa Joe has already garnered 8 GTs. The orca has landed 4. And the rest is on a Kaku lure, basically. For 2016, I have used 12 different lures, including my 4. And the akuli caught 1 GT. The orca had 1 GT hookup but came off, and then the tsunami popper caught 1, and then the other Papa Joe caught 1. So 4 landed 4. But anyway, it's pretty interesting stats because I was using 12 other lures in the process. So a total of 16 lures that I used, but basically 12 different lures that people had sent to me to try them out. I'm not gonna basically tell you what lures I used, but there was a total of 12 lures so far this year that I have used. The only one out of the 12 that has had a strike was a tsunami popper, and that caught the unilu. That's different from my inventory of the 4 lures that I use. Like I said, I only use 4 lures. But it's interesting stats. I'm not sure, maybe the fish was not there. But I still, on all of them, it's basically a crank and pop technique. And maybe those lures are not made for that. But pretty interesting stats that I've done for so far. This is already in September. This is already like 10 months down the road. And the only lures that had caught fish was, like I said, the Kaku, the Papa Joe lure, the orca, and the tsunami popper. That's the only one that was different. The tsunami popper is like a jumping jack. That's why the thing is good. The bad thing about the tsunami popper is the wire does not go all the way through from the wire. The wire does not go through all the way through. What I'm saying is the wire is connected to the front end, but it doesn't go all the way through and come back. If it just breaks, you'll have the lure. You'll have your GT swimming around. But anyway, so something to think about. Like I said, I haven't got back to my lures yet. I'm still trying the tsunami popper. since it's already caught one, and we're gonna try and see what works for the rest of the year. And maybe I'll stop using the 12 lures, but I'm not sure. But like I said, makes you think of so total 16 lures and only 4 lures that produced out of the 16, which the 4 was basically my original lure except for the tsunami popper. So that's 11 lures that I have tested out basically for the year, and I had no chases and basically no strikes. Anyway, something to think about anyway. Anyway, again, this is WWJ, Whipping with Joe. What lure do you use? And telling you what lures I use. I use 4 lures only. Number 1, I use the orca because it runs like a mullet. I use the Kaku with the red eyes with the blue top because that looks like an akuli. The one with the black top looks like an halaloo. And then the last one is the Papa Joe. That looks like a jumping jack. That is what I use. I don't use anything else. I've been trying this year, basically all year, testing out 12 different lures. The only one that was productive was the tsunami popper. Anyway, so that's my take on it. Something to think about. Anyway, again, this is WWJ, Whipping with Joe. Aloha.